Hey you guys, it's me Alexis. Okay, well, I just want to say that me and my ex's parents, we will always stay close friends, no matter what happens. Even if we're mad at each other, we get over it so fast. And that's what I like about him because he still contacts me to this day, calls me his best friend, and says he misses me in a friend way. And that's what I appreciate about him. He's been there through everything. And the story I made about me and him when we dated a while back, when I lived in Monroe, and I never got to read the story, and now I am. So there you go. It's called Folk Club. Once upon a time, in a magical castle, there was this beautiful princess. She had a loving family, but her family was not that stable, and there were conflicts with the princess and her parents. The princess thought that her parents didn't mind who she talked to, so the princess went on with her life, thinking everything was going to be fine. The princess started talking to this one guy that talked for hours and hours. The princess was seeing qualities in this guy that made the princess breathless. She was stricken by his awesome qualities. She found this guy a gentleman. He told the princess everything about him, and the princess wanted to know more. She was so interested in this guy, she found this guy to be loving, caring, romantic. He shared personal stories throughout the night. The princess was feeling the connection growing between them. He said to the princess, "You seem like a sweet, caring girl. Let's meet person to person and see if there's a connection between us." More, so the princess made a date with the guy that she found loving. So the days went on, and they were both counting down to the day when they meet eye to eye. So the days went on, and it finally reached the day to meet each other. They were on the phone talking, being really nervous about meeting each other. Hours flew by, and it was time to meet him. As she reached her castle, the princess was fixing her hair and makeup to make sure she looked good for the guy. She liked She walked into the castle and up to her room. As the princess didn't want her parents into her personal life, she thought she could talk to any guy she liked, and she found this guy to be the most romantic, loving guy she could find. The princess and the guy hanged out the whole night, and she knew he was the one she could see herself be with for the rest of her life. After the first day they hanged out, they found themselves connected heart to heart. They started dating the next day, and day by day they would try hanging out more than they were hanging out. This guy lived 45 miles away from her, so he had a nice traveling time to see her. The princess and the sweet guy took turns going to each other's houses. It was January 17th, and he came over for his birthday. The princess and the guy were sitting at the princess's castle. They spending time together, and they both got bored, so the princess asked her parents if she can go sleep at this guy's house. And the princess's parents said no. So the princess decided to be a thrill seeker and go anyway. So the guy and the princess did an escape route. So the sweet guy walks out acting mad, and the princess runs after him. They both get in the same vehicle, and they start driving fast. All of a sudden, the loving guy starts getting tired, and Princess decides to take over. But the princess has no life, so she hops out. So they get the GPS out and follow the directions. For 3 hours of driving, they find themselves pulled over by a cop in Toledo, Ohio. The cop pulls the couple over, and by this time, the couple is freaking out. The cop walks up to the window, knocks, and the princess rolls on the window. The cop asks if we're doing okay, and the princess says yes. The cop tells us to move on. And the couple stares at each other and starts driving again. 4 hours of driving, and the couple makes it to the boyfriend's house. And the princess and her boyfriend knew they were in trouble, so instead of walking into his house, they walked 4 streets down to his best friend's house, and they stayed there overnight. They leave the friend's house early to get to his house, and his uncle called us and started yelling at us. But the boyfriend was staying next to the princess, texting her, "Please don't leave him." And the princess told him she would never leave him because there was strong connection between them. Nothing could break them apart. The boyfriend was put on house arrest, and the princess was just sent a warning to her. The boyfriend was furious. He got more in trouble than the princess did. But as days passed by, they decided to break the relationship because it was hard with him on house arrest. The girl was having confusion with her family with everything happening. She just had to walk away for a while. So everything calmed down and she could think straight again. So the princess took time. When everything calmed down, the princess decided to call him up like 2 months later. And he told her he had found another girl and that he loved her a lot and he didn't want to leave her. But then he told the princess he still had feelings for her and that he wanted her back. So he told the princess to give him a month or two to think who he really liked. The princess could not take that answer. She fighted and fighted. She even made Plan B to break down and cry to make him feel so bad. The princess played the guilt trip so good he was thinking about it a lot. But then he told the princess if she changed who she was to a better person, then he would consider coming back to her. So the next day, the princess sat in her room, just wondering on how she could change. She thought about it a lot. Then she made her mind up. She was asking about the military, and she started going to church and attending the family more than parties. It's been 3 months since the last phone call that Princess made to him. She's been bonding with her family and attending church and thinking of good means to the military. Princess just wishes she stops being heartbroken, and Princess knows with him she will feel complete, and she won't make another mistake in her life. I made that like a long time ago, you guys, when me and him dated, and I just really love how he stays connected to me. Alright, well, miss you, Bruce.